All right, guys, this time you need to watch this video. Programming is taking on a slight shift. This is because the longer we do any kind of template or formula, the more we see its results, the more we evaluate the positives, but of course, the more we see some of the negatives. And this arises anytime we create a system like we have right now, where we say engine Tuesday, ride fit Thursday, crossfit Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So we've constantly evaluating how it works. We're constantly evaluating the things we like. And like anything, once you get good at something, we do want to fire something different at you. So here we go. We're gonna kind of loosely lay out this new game plan. The schedule, the way you see it, as far as class types, may not change right away, but probably will. One thing that is going to change slightly is the ride fit day. Now, I love ride fit classes. I think they are extremely beneficial, but they are limiting, meaning we can only let 8 people in a class. As much as people do love them, they are our least attended class. Partly because I think a lot of people who do bike a lot probably don't want to go to that class because it really does destroy the legs. So that'll look a little different. That'll be more of what we would call an engine day. I promise, we're gonna make sure at least half of that class is bike focused, but not all the class. The same thing can be said about our engine day on Saturday. Kind of feel as programming. Okay, the better you get at doing the engine classes, the more added things we've been putting in there, and actually the harder that is making the rest of the week on you guys. So we're gonna try to focus more of the engine classes on the machines that are low impact on the body, the machines that allow really high intensity work without necessarily a lot of skill and practice, which is really good. It will still burn a lot of calories for those that really want to make sure they get their sweat on, but it should flow better with the CrossFit programming. Now, what about weightlifting, you say? Well, we're going to try to make a dedicated day throughout the week to Olympic weightlifting, on top of still mixing it in to our programming. So for example, this week, Wednesday, I would call a weightlifting day. We are going to work on weightlifting skill, and we're going to follow that with weightlifting strength. We may, or you may, see some added accessory work afterwards. So for those that often feel cheated out of gaining skill and strength, which you shouldn't, which is only going to make you better at the workouts where you're trying to push high intensity. But if you do, we'll make sure there's a little kind of amuse-bouche for you at the end of the workout. Well, I guess it would be more of a dessert, let's say, an aperitif, perhaps. So the new layout, or sort of the approach for this week, we're going to see our, well, I'll give you the details here, sorry. We're going to do our 3rd week of the shoulder to overhead push press cycle. We have a nice EMOM. I'm looking forward to it, as we're going to do double unders. I personally feel I've missed them a little bit. What is normally our engine day, still very engine-like tomorrow, or rather Tuesday. We're gonna do a slight little kind of prehab strength pieces before the workout. And we have a workout that might take up to 30 minutes. So still predominantly engine that day, slight bit of strength. That might change throughout the weeks, but that's what we see on Tuesday. Aforementioned the Wednesday weightlifting focus. So we'll see us working on some snatch work. Now, keep in mind that we appreciate that the snatch or the clean or the jerk, whichever one of the 3 things we might not have developed the skill yet for. As coaches, we'll try to offer something in lieu of that if we're not ready to do it yet. But we usually find there is something we can do all the time. Of course, it's really simple, as in, let's just say we need to be snatching, or sorry, we don't need to do anything. But let's say the skill work is snatching like it is on Wednesday, and you don't quite have the shoulder mobility for the overhead squat. That could be a clean. We could also, let's say there's no mobility for the front rack position. Okay, we could do clean pulls or snatch pulls. So we could still be working on pulling it off the ground. We could work on explosive power. And if you've ever been witnessed a lot of power sports, they do a ton of pulls, probably more so than the lifts themselves. So lots of adaptation to occur there. Following the Olympic lifting skill development, we're going to do some strength. So we're on the back squat. So that is kind of, I guess, the main course. And we're going to follow that up, like I said, with a little finisher of core. And maybe if we need a little aperitif, we'll provide some kind of heart rate spike for you. Thursday, like I said, is our modified ride fit day. Kind of call it engine, if you will. We'll have half the class dedicated to what was already programmed for the ride fit. So this will be a bike cals and box step over. And then instead of finishing with more variations of bikes, we're going to finish with variation of intervals on the other machines. So a little bit of ski erg, a little bit of rowing, a little bit of aqua bike. So looking forward to that. And again, keep in mind, like I can't tell you I love the bikes, they're super valuable, but I do think that building cardio only in the quads may be slightly short-sighted. We notice as coaches when it's time to row, people look like their technique is off. There is no reason why we can't build up our engine in both the ability to bike as we can in the ability of running and the ability of rowing, the ski erg. So let's diversify our assets, if you will. I think it will help you. The intensity will still be really high. Friday was and is, we're going to be doing some clean skills. So some more weightlifting. And then a interesting workout where we have one piece. When you break it up, you have to, we can't go unbroken, you go off and you do a run. So I like it. Finally, Saturday would be our mixed modality day. If we look at the engine day, again, we are going to space out a lot of the monostructural pieces, and that would be, monostructural we consider biking, skiing, running, rowing, skipping. And so what we do have is a nice biker double under workout I'm excited about. Part B is going to be some sprint work. Yeah, so we call things in a workout running, and we would also have this thing called sprinting. Very different, but it is new to you guys per se, myself as well. So read the fine print as far as intensity goes, and then finally a little bit of rowing work, a couple of intervals, longer intervals, but not super long. So that would be the week. Oh, sorry, forgot to mention our CrossFit day for Saturday. Nice little strength EMOM, followed by, I see thrusters in there and I don't often see thrusters. So a little bit of rest, sort of work, and then a little bit of rest. So still on the fence about weightlifting Saturday. Again, we do feel that we're offering weightlifting quite a lot in the week. People have been talking about a gymnastics class. I thought maybe we would try and switch it up. We should be coming up to that date. We got one more meeting with the coaches before we kind of finalize things, but that's the week. This video is pretty long. See you soon.